can see the working of amplitude modulation generation using IC XR2206. XR2206 is a waveform generation IC. We are configuring 2206 for generation of a standard AM signal. Now, because in the specification it was given that the carrier frequency of this AM signal is 100 kHz. First, let us verify whether the carrier frequency after doing the connection is coming as 100 kHz without the modulating signal. I have switched off the modulating signal. Now this is the carrier waveform. So this is unmodulated carrier signal. So we need to verify what is the frequency of this one, since it is designed for 100 kHz. Of course, you can find the frequency from the CRO. So I'll just measure the frequency using DSO again. You can see using DSO the frequency of the carrier signal is 100.2 kilohertz. So 100.27 kilohertz. It's according to the design value. It was designed for 100 kilohertz. We are getting 102 kilohertz without modulating signal. Now if I apply the modulating signal, only the envelope of this carrier signal will change. I'm going to switch on the modulating signal. Now the above one is the modulating signal, which is, and you can see the below one is the amplitude modulated waveform. As you can see, the envelope of the carrier signal is keep varying, so it is in accordance with the modulating signal. Of course, in this IC, whatever modulating signal I am feeding, I will be getting the demodulated version, which is exactly 180 degree out of phase. So when the modulating signal is going high, the modulated waveform will be going down, so the envelope is going down. So this is one thing we have to keep it in mind. So but still it is whatever I am getting at the modulation is the amplitude modulated waveform. Of course, the readings in this experiment, we need to vary the amplitude of the modulating signal, and for each variation of the amplitude of the modulating signal, we need to find what is Vmax and Vmin. So you find what is peak to peak of this, which happens to be Vmax, and this peak to peak of this valley, which happens to be Vmin. For each and every variation of the modulating signal, so keep taking the readings for Vmax and Vmin. You can observe one thing here. So the positive peak is not, of course, this identify the reference and just make sure that whether that, you can see in the above half the variation is a bit different compared to the below half. Now this is because of the resistor potential divider we are using at pin number. You can have a look at the circuit diagram. That is solely because of these resistors. So we are having this 47K, 33K and 22K. So if you are having any such problem of not having symmetric waveform about the reference, so here you can see it is not exactly 100% symmetric with respect, the positive half is not perfect with respect to negative half. In such case, it's only because of some problem in the resistor values. So in such case, you can use a part of 100K. You can connect one end of the part to this plus VCC, other end to minus VCC. You can connect this center tap to 22K. So you can exactly do this type of connection for this. So you can have a 100K part. So you can have a part of 100K. Let one end go to VCC, the other one go to minus VCC, the center tap. So this will go to the 22K resistor. So the part value is 100K part. So whenever you end up with such type of non-symmetry about the ground reference point, you can slightly vary this on this side or this side, so that you get a proper symmetric waveform. That is, about the ground you're going to have the 100% symmetry with respect to also. So you may end up with this one because of non-proper values of these two resistors, 33K and 47K. By adjusting the center tap, you can make the adjustment of the symmetry about the real axis, symmetry about the reference. So that is only one adjustment in this. If you are doing the proper connection, I think there is no problem in the getting the carrier signal in the modulated waveform. Now coming to demodulation, we're going to use a very simple envelope detector. So you can just verify. So let me just verify. This is the modulating signal. This is a demodulated waveform. Now in this experiment you can see there is slight distortion. The shape of this is not 100% same as that of this. Now I can see there is slight variation here. That is because of more modulation index. You can reduce the modulation index and you can make that shape of the modulated waveform, sorry, demodulated waveform exactly equal to the modulating. You can see now both are having same sinusoidal shape. Now this shape you are going to lose if you increase the amplitude. You can see it is becoming, so the same problem what we discussed in the envelope detector experiment. So this is because of exponential decay. So you reduce the amplitude, so you will not have any such exponential decay problem. But you can see in your demodulation the waveform is not a smooth one, so it is having lot of ripple. Now why you are having this much ripple? This ripple was not found in the collector modulation, because in collector modulation the carrier frequency is around 450 kilohertz, which is the IFT frequency. Here, since we are designed for a frequency of 100 kilohertz, we are having this charging discharging of the capacitor. This we can overcome if I increase the carrier frequency of the demodulated waveform, sorry, the carrier frequency of the unmodulated carrier signal. So that can be varied by varying this resistor. So the timing resistor of this IC, which is XR2206, if you change this resistor value, so this resistor value happens to be 10 kilo ohms. If you reduce this resistance value, my carrier frequency goes beyond 100 kilohertz. Suppose if you adjust this value of R so that this happens to be in the range of 450 or 500 kilohertz, we're going to have reduced ripple here. So this ripple amplitude of large amplitude is only because of carrier frequency of the AM signal is low at 100 kilohertz. But otherwise you can see shape of the demodulated waveform is 100% tallying with the modulating waveform. Suppose if you vary the modulating frequency, the demodulated frequency also changes. That means that whatever that we are demodulating is proper demodulated waveform. Now I have reduced the frequency, you can see now. Of course there is a slight phase shift because of your RC component of the envelope detector.